All right, guys, I want to talk about the step up today, and more specifically, how our upper body positioning can impact what's happening at the knee. And so when I go ahead and step up on this low box here, and I'm preparing to go down and control the descent, a few things can happen here, right? If we do truly want to stress the knee and the musculature of the knee, the quad specifically, my knee must travel forward and start to flex. So again, a traditional or typical step down might look something like this, where my knee's moving forward over my toe. Now in this position, I've got a good amount of knee flexion, but I also do have some hinge at the hips in this position. If I kept my hips locked out into extension, this would purely be a movement that's occurring at the knee. So a more knee dominant movement pattern. If I was to get into a position where my shin is more vertical and my hips are further back, in this case, I'm starting to load more of my glutes and more of my posterior chain strength while limiting the amount of translation of my knee. So there are going to be times where you're performing a step up, or a client of yours is performing a step up, and they might say that this hurts my knee. And before writing that movement off, I want you to feel comfortable knowing how to troubleshoot that situation. So again, if I give myself a little bit of a hinge at the hips without bending my knee, and then control my foot down, I'm able to share load or distribute load to different places. In that example where my hips are coming backwards, I'm starting to share load and distribute load throughout my posterior chain, my hamstrings, and my glutes, and maybe sparing some stress at the actual knee. Once a client or you have been able to tolerate this variation, you can be more certain that doing a more of a knee dominant movement pattern where your hips are not going as far back is going to be received well. So again, before you write off a step-up variation, we want to have tips or certain drills or changes in your movement that teach you how to distribute stress from your knee to your hip, or in this case, from your hip towards your knee. So again, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but before writing off any movement, we want to see if we can make some of these variations to shift stress to certain places and to take stress away from other places which may not be ready to receive that amount of load.